Welcome back to the program. First and foremost, the Tennessee Manifesto from the trans shooter has been released publicly after a long, drawn-out fight through the courts. Now, I actually had access to it about 4 months ago. I even gave it to, I think, a few of you that asked. I don't remember. There's probably about 4 or 5 of you that actually had it as well. It's unredacted, by the way. And so now that that is public knowledge, I have decided to release the entire unredacted manifesto publicly, and yes, I will be putting the link in this Substack, and I will not have it behind a paywall. So you'll all be able to get it for free because I believe in full disclosure. That's number one. Number two, there was a very interesting back and forth between loathsome human being and terrible, terrible congressman from Arizona, Greg Stanton, today with the great Kari Lake, who won in 2020, 2024, and of course 2022 as well. And he decided to berate her and call her a liar and call her an election denier. And he said all these horrific and horrible things to her. And again, this was not even really related to what they were supposed to be talking about. They were supposed to be talking about Voice of America and the fact that Voice of America doesn't allow the people that work there to basically, monitor the content. So they can basically say lies about anything. And so after this horrific person continuously lied about Kari Lake, about her record, about her races, all of these different things, she ended up getting him back. And how she got him back? Well, she basically said that there was a rumor that she agreed might not be true, but she said that there's a rumor out there about you, Mr. Stanton, and we know it's probably not true, but it just goes to show you my point that anyone can lie about you and say whatever they want. So I want to play you. I'll try to turn it up as loud as I can because I recorded it from my cell phone for a reason. It's a very short little spot here. And here it is. So listen closely. Here it is, about 25 seconds.
Abject lies, and we can't control any. We have no say over what the editorial content is, and I would hope that you would not be okay with that. They could literally put out a lie about anybody here, and I know you've been the victim of that. I know you've been the victim. I remember the stories about you where they said you had a gay lover, and those were going on.
Mr. Chairman.
Can I
I hope you honor what you just gave as a caution to everyone and.
So she says point blank that they could lie about anything they want to lie about. They can even lie about you. And she remembered a story that they quote unquote maybe lied, maybe didn't, and said that he had a gay male lover. So me, being the provocateur that I am, decided to go on to X, and I put at Greg Stanton AZ, what's his name? And then I asked, are you the top or the bottom? With a couple of laughing emojis. So, lately I've been reverting back to my old self, I'll be honest. Why? Well, because I'm being censored again. And I'm being censored heavily on X. Why? Well, because once again, I'm speaking too much truth. And they don't like that. So now they're limiting my posts, or they're making me log out and log back in and do the, how many rocks are in this one, put this guy in the right seat, all this crazy stuff that now they're doing to me almost every single time I log in. And then they take away all my followers for about maybe a day, 2 days, and then they bring them all back. And this has been going on now for, I don't know, probably a month, month and a half, maybe a little longer than that. And it kind of coincides with two different events. The first event is when Skunky Musk was thrown out of the Trump White House for being a savage weirdo and for, of course, being so like obsessed with transhumanism and robots and everything else. The second is, of course, the start of the Israel-Iran war, where I have been reporting on it. I've been giving lots of information, lots of details each and every day, and, hashtagging the hell out of it. And they've been limiting my posts. They've been putting little messages on it saying this post has been limited. And so what they're doing is they're shadow banning me, no question about it, and I'm just dropping. We're talking 11,000 plus followers. I'm down at like 6,800. And it's 25 to 50 every day. Just a little bit. I follow more people. I follow people with 80, 150, 200,000, 300,000. I tell them, hey, do me a favor, post my information, say, hey, follow this account. It's a great account. Nothing. I'm not getting anything. And all it's doing is dropping. So how do you explain that any other way other than the fact that Skunky Musk is shadow banning me? Because he's punishing Trump supporters, loyal Trump supporters that have been with Trump since the very beginning, because he's mad at Trump that he was tossed out for his weirdness. So what is he doing? He is obviously finding as many Trump supporters as he can, and he's going after the ones that are more provocative, which I would certainly put myself into that category, and he is shadow banning us. So once again, the censorship continues. Unreal. Anyway, so I wanted to cover that first and foremost because I thought it was hysterical. And I'm the type, when you censor me and you try to ban me and you try to come after me, I get more and more nasty and more brave or stupid, whichever one you want to look at. And I keep fighting and I keep coming back. And so today, I dropped an article that I wrote from 2018 that absolutely trashed Elon Musk and SpaceX. Okay, it's an article that I wrote for the Daily Wire from 2018. So I dropped it today, and not only did I drop it, I promoted it. That's right, I promoted an anti-Musk article on his own platform and paid for it so that it would get a lot of views. Because I'm done, okay? I'm done. I can't stand the censorship. I can't stand the banning and everything else. It sucks. I feel like I can't get a break. It's been years of this. And why? Well, because I'm over the target. Because I won't shut up. Because I'll continuously say the things that others wouldn't dare say. That's why. So, I don't know. Maybe I'll catch a break here eventually. Who knows? But I'm one of the goats, okay? I'm one of the original troublemakers, okay? Alex was probably number one, and then it was maybe Laura Loomer, but Alex and Laura already were already up and established. So then when I went down, I was just getting established, so it was a lot easier to shoot Bernstein down rather than everybody else who had an opportunity to get their stuff back together. So, yeah, I'm pissed off, I'm angry, I'm bitter. Probably not in the best mood right now, but, hey, it is what it is. As my wife always say, cream eventually rises to the top, so we'll see what happens. But anyway, we can discuss more of that tomorrow night on Full Throttle. Anyway, let's move on. So, this is awesome. So they've been talking about the Department of Homeland Security and Florida and the Attorney General for Florida, Utmeyer, I think his name is, great guy. And they're talking about this alligator alley, basically, right, for all these illegal aliens. And so they got it approved today from the Department of Homeland Security, and it's about a 40 acre area with absolutely nothing surrounding it other than moats and, woods and just marshes and just alligators and pythons. So let's put as many of these illegal aliens in this area as humanly possible. Let's put them in bad conditions. So if they try to escape, well, guess what? We're going to be feeding the wildlife.
Miami-Dade Collier training facility. This is an old, virtually abandoned airport facility right in the middle of the Everglades. Florida's been leading on immigration enforcement, supporting the Trump administration and ICE's efforts to detain and deport criminal aliens. The governor tasked state leaders to identify places for new temporary detention facilities. I think this is the best one. As I call it, Alligator Alcatraz. This 30 square mile area is completely surrounded by the Everglades. Presents a efficient, low-cost opportunity to build a temporary detention facility because you don't need to invest that much in the perimeter. People get out, there's not much waiting for them other than alligators and pythons. Nowhere to go, nowhere to hide. Within just 30 to 60 days after we begin construction, it could be up and running and could house as many as 1,000 criminal aliens. This presents a great opportunity for the state of Florida to work with Miami-Dade and Collier counties. Alligator Alcatraz, we're ready to go.
Isn't that awesome? I'm sorry, I love it. You know what? It reminds me of what I said many years ago when we were talking about the southern border, and I was talking about how we need to create and dig out a trench, okay, about 30 feet each way across, right? So 30 feet across and hundreds of miles long. And basically, you don't need a wall. Why would you need a wall? Just dig out this huge trench, right, real deep, fill it with water, and put alligators in it. Go ahead. Put alligators, put sharks in it, whatever you need to put in it, okay? And anyone that dares to go in those waters, they're gone, okay? They are wildlife food. And that's exactly what this reminds me of. So I like it. Great idea. Only 1,000 prisoners? Hell, can we build a couple of more of these things around there? I think a lot more than 1,000 is going to be needed. So anyway, that was kind of cool. Now, look, I hate to bash the president because I love the president. I voted for him all 3 times. But man, is he saying some stupid stuff. He really, truly is. I hate to say it. And here's another one of the things that I think is absolutely asinine. Listen.
Can I ask you, are you interested in restarting negotiations with Iran? And if so, have they reciprocated?
So our people, Marco could answer, but our people are not, I'm not. The way I look at it, they fought, the war's done, and, you know, I could get a statement that they're not going to go nuclear. We're probably going to ask for that, but they're not going to be doing it. But they're not going to be doing it anyway. They've had it. They've had it. Now, maybe someday in the future we'll want that. But I've asked Marco, do you want to draw, I just asked him the question as we were walking on the stage, do you want to draw up a little agreement for them to sign? Because I think we can get them to sign it. I don't think it's necessary. Marco, do you want to talk?
I don't think it's necessary? Wait a minute. How could you say that? You have them on the ropes. This ceasefire, personally, was silly. Okay? It should not have been. When the enemy is getting their ass kicked, the last thing you want to do is help them up, dust them off, and give them a cold drink of water. No, you want to finish them. So I don't understand this. It doesn't make sense. He's thinking about this from a political standpoint, okay? Not a national security standpoint. That is an issue. And for him to say, after now we're finding out that there's this other location that they're still enriching uranium. Granted, they don't have the mechanisms to actually fire off the bombs because we destroyed them all, and I'll get to that in just a second. But the reality here is that he should be wanting an agreement. He should be telling Iran, look, here's the bottom line. You will never enrich uranium ever again. If we find out that you enriched even 1%, it is over for you. Okay? That's what he should be saying. He should also be saying that they need to turn up this, quote, phantom missing enriched uranium stockpile somewhere, and that needs to be part of this. And they need to also not have a ballistic missiles program either. I don't understand why he's doing this, okay? Now, I have talked to 2 different people, okay? And one of my sources, is a retired IDF soldier. I can't say his name or anything like that. I'll give you one hint, okay? Served from 92 to 97. That's all I'm going to say. Anyway, speaking to him and this other person, I've been hearing that the nuclear program has been set back a minimum of 3 years to as many as 11 years. That's the assessment that we're hearing, okay? Now, we know that CNN has come out and said all this other stuff about, oh, it's not destroyed. And then Tulsi came out with a joint statement from Ratcliffe, the CIA director, and they both said this thing has been destroyed. President Trump has been saying that it's been destroyed as well. And so there's misleading, messages out there. But there was, I think, was it this one here? No, it was this one here. No, it was this one here. Okay, so there was this story. Where is it? Right here. I got it. Right here. So Iran is not backing down on nuclear enrichment, which is another reason why President Trump must demand in writing no more enrichment. Now, why do I say that? It's pretty simple. Because the Iranian parliament today voted to accelerate their nuclear enrichment processing after the beatdown that they just got with these GBU-57 B-2 bombers, bunker busters, destroying their locations and facilities. They then went and voted to kick out the UN nuclear watchdog. So the one that goes in and says, okay, guys, what are you doing? What's going on? Show me what you have. Are you enriching stuff? They voted to kick this person out. That right then and there, in my opinion, should break any ceasefire. And Israel should immediately retaliate based on that alone. Okay? But now we're finding out that they have another secret location. Okay? And this secret location is known as, give me 1 second here, the Pickaxe Mountain facility. Pickaxe Mountain, Iran's new hidden nuclear fortress near Isfahan and only a few miles away from Natanz, that of course was destroyed. Listen to this. Ultra secure tunnel complex that's even deeper than what Fordo was, could be hiding a lot of the missing, quote, uranium enrichment. When the Director General of the International Atomic Energy Agency asked Iran to explain what was happening deep underneath the ground in what's known as Pickaxe Mountain, the reply was short and sharp. None of your business. Oh, gee, that doesn't, sound off any bells, right? No, of course not. Rafael Grossi and his question is more urgent now after Iran's key enrichment facilities in Fordo, Natanz, and Isfahan were targeted by American B-2 stealth jets armed with 30,000 bunker-busting bombs in an attack Donald Trump claimed obliterated the former Iran nuclear program. Before the strike, 16 lorries were seen queuing up outside Fordo, and an expert on Iran's nuclear program told the Telegraph the regime had, quote, moved much of its hidden enrichment uranium to a secret location before the United States was able to bomb these facilities. Tehran had hidden sites housing hundreds, if not thousands, of advanced centrifuges capable of producing weapons-grade uranium needed for a nuclear bomb, according to Sima Sheen, who has worked within the Israeli military establishment for well over 30 years. Pickaxe Mountain is the perfect hiding place. The sprawling site is 90 miles south of Fordo and only minutes away from the Natanz nuclear facility in central Isfahan province. The installation, which is still under construction, has been reinforced and quietly expanded over the last 4 years. Oh, gee, what did we have over the last 4 years? That's right, an auto pen administration. Right, Nira? Unreal. Since it's obvious that it is in a place where numerous and important activities related to the program itself are taking place, we asked them, what is this for? And they are telling us it's none of your business, Mr. Grossi said in April. He then said that it, quote, cannot be excluded that the tunnels would store undeclared uranium material. So they're still trying to do what they're trying to do. That's why I played you in the very beginning when President Trump said he doesn't want a deal or doesn't think he needs a deal. No, we need a deal. We need an ironclad deal that is approved by the Security Council of the United Nations, all five, lifetime members, whatever you call them, United States, Russia, Israel, whatever. And basically, it needs to be ironclad that says if you enrich anything at all, it's a declaration of war, and we will take you out. I still think regime change has got to be what they need to do, and who knows, maybe that will be the case. Why do I say that? Well, because there's this story right here, and this is from the head of Mossad. His name is David Barnea. It's a public name. I would have never given the name, but it's a public name in the Jerusalem Post. Israel will be in Iran for years to come, whether the Iranians want it or not, or even know about it. Mossad Chief David Barnea on Wednesday issued a rare video excerpt to the publication and an address to his Mossad agents involved in the sensational operations against Iran on June 13th and afterward, which brought the Islamic Republic to its knees. Almost tauntingly to Tehran, he told his Mossad agents, "We will continue to be there like we have been there all along." Barnea said that the spy agency's achievements against Iran were unimaginable, with public details indicating that they were involved in assassinating top Iranian military chiefs and nuclear scientists and blowing up nuclear facilities, drone facilities, and ballistic missile facilities as well. So it goes on, in a stunning disclosure, the Mossad has acknowledged that it had hundreds of agents inside Iran at the height of its operations, which threw the regime on its back heels from the start of the war. He said that the Mossad had worked for months, even years, to do all that they could right on those actions to get it completely right for that moment. We understood the fatefulness of this hour, he said. Barnea also thanked IDF intelligence, the IDF chief, Lieutenant General Eyal Zamir, and the CIA for their invaluable cooperation during the operation. He then turned to discuss the Gaza front, stressing that the Mossad is committed to returning all 50 of the hostages, 20 of whom remain alive. Previously, there were 2 hostages whose status were unknown. So there it is. They're going to be in Iran for the foreseeable future. And I guess the Ayatollah is still hiding somewhere in northern Iran in a cave somewhere in his dirty nightshirt. And I don't know. His days could be numbered. And you know what? For the entire global world security, let's hope that they are. Those are my thoughts. What are yours? Put them down in the comments below. We'll see you in the next one.